Okay everyone, I finally reached the end of my 9 rows. So here you guys can see all of it. So now what I'm going to do, oops, fix that. I'm just going to slip stitch in our chain 3. Now we're no longer going to slip stitch. We're going to chain 1 now. We're no longer doing double crochet. We're going to go over to single crochet now. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 like I just did here. And you're going to single crochet. You're going to single crochet in the same stitch that you slipped in. Okay, so there it is right there. Then you're going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So do that and I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so I have reached the end of row 10 and that row was all single crochet. So here I just single crocheted in the last stitch. Now what I'm going to do is instead of slipping in the chain 1 that we did, I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch in the first single crochet we made. So now for row 11 we're going to chain 1 and we're going to complete this entire process all over. So that's single crochet in each stitch around all the way to the and then the slip stitch in the first single crochet of that row. Okay, so go ahead and do that and I'll meet you at the end. Okay you guys, I've reached the end of row 11 and like I said, it was just a repeat of the last row we did, all single crochet. I'm going to slip stitch in the first single crochet now. So now we get to put in our thread. So what I'm going to do first before I do that is I'm going to chain 1 and I'm just going to pull my yarn until I have about maybe that much out just so it won't untangle. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this and I already have my needle threaded. Well, sorry about that. Here's my needle with the elastic on it. So, and I'm going to teach you guys a trick that I learned from my mom. And she showed me how to not waste elastic. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the needle and go underneath the back loop only of my first single crochet. Then through the next and the next. This is what I'm going to do for the entire process, back loop only. And I get a good few single crochets on there. Get a better look of it. If you guys can see the shadow. Go in the back loop only. And when I get about that much on it, I pull the yarn. Now see, usually if I don't have a lot of yarn, well, I'll just show you guys. So I'm going to pull the yarn, the elastic. Just going to pull it, and the end is around here somewhere, so I'm just going to pull it to all the way at the end. If your string of elastic was longer than mine, you don't have to necessarily pull it all the way to the end. Just leave it as how long it is. So, but that's my tail of elastic, and that's where we are going to tie. So, just pull your tail all the way up, right there. So, and you're just going to continue this. The same thing, pushing the needle through the back loop only of the hat. Okay, now here comes the trick. This is what my mom taught me, because she was about tired of me wasting all her elastic. I'm going to pull the elastic, keep pulling, but I'm not going to pull it all the way. I'm going to leave, let me see, I'll stick my pinky finger through it. And then just pull. I'm going to leave about that much elastic out. And so you'll see at the end why I'm going to leave that much out. So, and I'm just going to record this entire process for you guys just so you can see. Back loop only. Pull through. I'm going to put a finger through here. count that much. Whoops, dropped my hat. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, move that out the way. I'm gonna take my needle and go, here's our single crochet, so I'm just gonna go right here in this little spot right here, just to move it out the way. And pull it all the way through this time. You can remove your needle. So now what I'm gonna show you guys is the actual trick. Since we have all these loops around our hat, what we're gonna do is we're going to turn our hat this way. And here's our tail. Okay, this is the tail. This is not the tail, this is our tail. So we're gonna take it, we're going to go to our loop, not this one here, but this one right here. We are going to pull the elastic. And you do that all the way around the hat. Don't do it on the first one. Go on the second. Pull it through. Each time you do that, you'll be saving elastic. So now we're at the last one. We get to just pull on this string, not our tail. That's our tail. So I'm just going to pull on this one. So now we have elastic in our hat. Now if you want to tighten the hat some more, you can just pull on the string a bit. I think I'm going to tighten it just a little bit. You don't want to tighten it too much. You just want to tighten it to where, like, from wearing it, if you're going to wear it a lot or if you're going to watch it, that the hat won't give and the ends won't, I guess, shrivel or whatever. I don't know the word. But, yeah, I'm going to tighten it at least that much. You don't want it too much to where it's putting a lot of pressure on your head. So I think that's good enough for this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie it in a knot. So and sometimes it's hard to get a really good knot because it likes to move around a lot. So both ends and pull. I think that's good. And I'm just going to cut my elastic. I kind of want this side kind of just as long as my tail because we're going to weave that in. We're going to crochet it in actually. So I'm just going to cut right there. So we have finished putting elastic in our hat. Okay, now for row 11, the row after elastic, this is what we're going to do. We are going to crochet it over our elastic to hide it. So I already have one chain on my hook now. We are going to single crochet in the same stitch I slipped, going under the elastic, pulling the yarn back through the loop and going through. So I like to have my elastic on top. It just helps hide it. So you go under, pull through, under, pull through. So you're just going to keep single crocheting until you've covered that last bit of elastic. So continue single crocheting until you've reached your last piece of elastic. Okay, so I've reached my elastic on the other end. So, and it's only, let's see, 3 single crochets width basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep the elastic at the top and do the same thing like same thing that I did before. And I'm going to crochet over the elastic. So there we go. And now I'm going to slip stitch in the first single crochet. So we are done with our hat. Now all we have to do is weave in the edges. I'm going to pull my thread through some, because we're going to wrap around the rest of the elastic that's kind of showing. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So just cut about a good bit so that you'll have enough to wrap around the elastic. And now would be a good time, if you haven't already, to stretch out your hat, because that's where you're going to be getting all the slouch from. So stretch it out. Not too much, just enough to where all the stitches are kind of, you know, just a little open like that. So stretch it out, and now we can start weaving in our ends. Okay, guys, I just threaded my needle. So when I do it, I usually randomly place my needle anywhere just to cover it. But I guess I'll show you guys this way. I'm going to place it through the previous single crochet to where it's like that. I'm going to push it under. I guess I'll just show you guys my method. Now we have our elastic, so I'm just going to take this under our elastic and some yarn and just pull it through and just keep wrapping that around it until it's kind of covered. Doesn't necessarily have to be covered all the way, but just enough to where it's not that obvious. Okay, once I've done that, I'm just going to weave this piece of thread or yarn, and so just going to stick it. Go through the row below it. Then I'm going to go back through that top row. So, and that's usually how I weave in the bottom of my hats. I don't really like the look of elastic showing. It just doesn't look right to me. So if there's any excess, I'll just cut it like right here. Just pull it out some and cut it. Whoops. So this is what you'll be left with. It's not as obvious as it was before. So the bottom of our hat is weaved in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my hat inside out and go ahead and weave in the top. Okay, so I've just threaded in my needle. I'm going to pull this before I do any weaving. I'm just going to pull it as tight as it'll go, and I think that's tight as it'll go. And you guys remember when I first started, I already crocheted over all of this, so I don't have that much weaving in to do. All I'm going to do is, this is where the string started, so I'm just going to go back through there. If I can get it to go in. Come out on the side. Then I'm going to go down some. And weave my yarn through here. And then I think I'm going to do it one more time. Go down a little bit more. And weave my yarn through here. So, cut that. Whoops. And we are done with the hat. Just going to stretch it out one last time. So here is the Slouchie Beanie. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll try and post pictures of the end at the end of what it looks like on, okay? So thanks for watching.